Ooh, we got a nugget. We got a little nugget. What's up guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome. If you're an old moldy hat like I'm not wearing today, welcome back. Today I'm extracting gold out of high banker concentrates using a cleanup sluice. This is a really fast and efficient way of reducing the total amount of concentrates you take home off the creek into nothing more than a few pieces of black sand and pure gold. And the concentrates that we're cleaning up today have a ton of fine flour gold in it. To operate a cleanup sluice you need a few items, but they are pretty basic and you probably already have them at home if you're using a high banker or a river sluice. You're going to need some kind of sluice box. This is actually the high banker you've seen me use in every single high banking video on my channel. I've just removed the top hopper box and installed a cleanup mat. You're going to need some kind of low flow pump. Even a garden hose is adequate. A method of recycling your water, so in this case I've got a pan to catch our dirt and I've got a pool to recycle our water. Some kind of finishing and cleanup pan is also going to be required. Some kind of dish soap to help break the surface tension because you're going to be recycling the water and we don't want gold floating away into our tailings pool. Something to screen the particle sizes down, so in this case I'm just using the kitchen sieve, don't tell Zoe. And something to feed the sluice the concentrates, and if you're not thinking I'm going to use the spoon that I found in Canada with Pioneer Paulie, you're mad. The very first thing I'm going to do is screen down all of my pay dirt to remove the largest chunks of ironstone and quartz. It's not impossible to run this stuff unclassified through. In all likelihood your high banker has already classified it to a certain size, but we want this sluice to work as little as possible because we're just looking at catching that fine gold. That's why we're using low water flow and we don't want to clog that mat up with particulates that aren't gold. It's really important that you keep all the stuff that you screen out and check it for specimens because that's where they'll likely be, as well as any of your nuggets. Now that we've got the dirt separated into plus and minus kitchen strainer, we can look through the big stuff to see if there's any nuggets or pickers hiding in there, because this is where they'll be, and all these specimens and that. It's best to actually put this stuff in a pan and pan it off individually. That's the quickest way to do it, but we're going to have a quick squiz in here anyway because you never know. It's the most exciting part about cleaning up. Oh, ooh, ooh, we got a nugget. We got a little nugget. Yes, we got a freaking little nugget. Okay, hang on. There it is. Check that out. I'll see if I can get him out without burying him. Oh yes, look at that. He's got a rock friend and then we'll get rid of him. Oh, it's heavy too. I can actually feel the weight in that. And it's real sharp. It's super reefy. That's so cool. That's a nice piece of gold. So we're going to have to weigh this individually later on after we finish doing this run. But that is a wicked piece of gold to find in these concentrates. I'll pan the rest of this out at the end just to make sure that there isn't anything else chunky and sexy hiding in there. Next, I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this material because you do not want to run dry material. Everything will just float out the bottom, and then soap. Now the reason that we add soap to the dirt and the water is to break the surface tension. The surface tension is going to cause the gold to float, but just add a few drops. I added probably a little bit too much, but that's alright. And that will help break that, and you'll collect all of your gold instead of it just floating off into the distance. As I said before, I put a cleanup mat in my sluice. Now what this is a low profile mat. It means that it is not designed to sluice with. It's not designed to extract your gold from raw material. It's designed to shed off everything except for the heaviest of heavy particles, which is things like gold and lead. Now these little riffles, this is called V-matting. You can buy this at most hardware shops by the meter on the roll. You want the deep V-matting. There's two different types, there's a shallow and a deep. This is the deep, and these little ridges work just like your sluice riffles, and they catch all of your gold, which is exactly why Spotty wants to tell you that you want a low flow pump and not nearly as steep of an angle. I'm only running this at a few degrees angle, and I've got a far reduced pump. This is 600 gallons an hour bilge pump compared to 2000, which I use to do my high banking with. Because if you have violent water here, it's going to blow everything out of this mat here, and we don't want that. Would you look at that? They have absolutely loaded the first few riffles with gold. We did get a little bit of migration down here. This is the furthest spec that I saw. However, I am using a very short sluice. This Gold Rat Mini 6 is not a long sluice, and the longer your sluice, the better chance it has of falling out. And you watch a lot of people who do sort of the beach mining and whatnot over in Washington State, and they're running cleanup sluices that are far longer than this for this exact reason, the fact that the gold's very fine, these riffles are very fine. So it's done pretty well. We will go through this and double check just to make sure that there isn't any gold that escaped and went into this catch pan. That's exactly why this is here. And again, we are going to go through the coarse material, but for now, that is just a beautiful sight. No matter what, you're going to have to do a little bit of panning to finish this off. Even using Miller tables and that are going to leave you with some residual black sands and heavies. So learning your panning skills, learning how to do a proper pan off is so important. It's a skill you'll use every single time you go out gold prospecting. I've linked a video to me showing you how to do that up above. We just turned the dirt we had into a little bit more than a Canadian spoonful's worth of concentrates, which is far more manageable. Now, the cleanup we did today was actually from using dream matting, and dream matting doesn't leave you with that much concentrate anyway. Normally, I wouldn't even worry about running a cleanup sluice. I would just use a pan like I did in the video that I linked before. However, there are a lot of people out there that use miner's moss and carpet, and that is likely to give you 10 or 20 times the amount of concentrates that I had here today. And in that case, this is so much faster than sitting there with a pan and doing it, and it's super cost effective because if you're high banking, you already have the sluice. The only thing you need to do is buy the mat and a low flow water source. Oh, look at that for color. Alright, we've got to get this cleaned up properly. Here we have the clean finished result. Look at that. That is absolutely magic. I'm going to set this out in the sun and show you just how fast you can dry gold out in Australia during the summer season. Well, there you have it. It's about 3.5 minutes to dry it in the Australian sun like this. I mean, there's this water down here, but I can just tip that off. The gold's dry. Now that we're back inside and I've got the gold all cleaned up, I want to show you just how fine some of the gold coming out of the mustard pit truly is by putting it up against this etching needle. It's a testament to just how well Gold Rat makes their products for it to be able to catch that sort of gold out of pure clay and mud that I've been running. I actually filmed a video from where this gold came from, and that is coming up, so make sure that you hit the little bell in the bottom corner so you don't miss out on seeing me get that gold out of the ground. But for now, let's weigh that nugget and that powder and see how much gold we actually collected. This is the total gold we got. All this is gold. It looks like sand, but it's all gold. There's so much in that pan. It is absolutely ridiculous how much fine gold is sitting in there. And of course, we've got that clunker. To give you a bit of scale, we have a Clash Guitars pick hard up against it. Now I'm going to guess there is about a gram there. Hopefully a little bit more, hopefully not under, but either way, it doesn't matter. It looks damn pretty. First, we're going to weigh the little nugget all on its lonesome. 0.12, 0.13, that's not too bad. That's like an $8 to $10 nugget on its own. So now we're going to find out how much we got in total for our 3.5 hour session on the creek. Here we go. Oh, yes, 1.27 grams in total. That is a mad result for a 3.5 hour session high banking on the creek. I cannot wait to show you guys that video. Let's see what that gold looks like on a Clash Guitars pick. Nice! 1.27 grams for 3 hours digging is a really good result. It's actually above award wages when it comes to your per hour rate. Gold's currently trading at $69.50 Australian, which means that that day was worth just about $90 for 3 hours. But if you've watched my channel for long enough, you know I don't do this for the money. That's going to go into a jar. I'm going to show my friends. It's going to be good times, and then I'm going to go out and seek more because that's what I love doing. If you haven't already, please check out my other channel, my streaming channel, 89X Gaming. I've been playing games with subscribers and having an absolute blast over there, talking about all sorts of stuff from prospecting to mental health issues and generally just laying in some salty tea bags to scrubs. The link for that is right up here. So I wanted to say thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you did enjoy it. Remember to hit that like, share and subscribe button. Don't forget the bell so you don't miss out on any videos coming up. Until next time, give your dog a pat for me. Peace, and I am out. Woohoo! Now, I know that that's no boulder of gold, but you know, this is real life prospecting. I didn't go to the store and spray paint some rocks to get that.